Hey guys, it's been a while. I haven't just been sitting around, I've been working, and I thought I would take you guys on my February road trip. Well, technically I did some of this in a plane, but let's still call it a road trip. This month I had a few pretty cool video projects lined up. So for my first trip, I packed up my truck and drove 464 miles from Atlanta to Orlando to ESPN's Wide World of Sports. My cousin Steve, who's also a filmmaker, was my right-hand man for this trip, which was cool because I normally don't get to have my own cameraman. Now, a little bit later in that trip, Steve gets bit by a clown triggerfish, but we'll get to that. Alright, the work at ESPN was a two-part gig. The first gig was to be a videographer and capture the sporting events. Now I did this for two reasons. First, because it paid money. Those aquarium products don't pay for themselves. And the other reason was because I was hired to create a tutorial video that would be used to show new videographers how to use the video equipment. What better way to prepare myself to make this tutorial video than by experiencing the job firsthand. Now, the aerial camera rig we used was pretty cool. The camera sits 30 feet above you and allows you to capture the games. Everything you need to control the rig is right in front of you. This weekend, there was competitive cheerleading and girls field hockey. There were about 28 fields with cameras set up on all of them. Now, of course, when I decided to go to Florida, it's cold and rainy, which wouldn't have been so bad if I wasn't standing outside in the freezing rain for 14 hours working that camera. Woosah. Alright, you'll be alright. Calm down, Thomas. Once we were done, we packed up and headed to Universal Studios as I wanted to get a few rides in. We will be back down here in Florida for Reefpalooza Orlando on April 26th and 27th. To join the fun and get your room at a discounted rate, go to wraporlando.com. After that, we got back in my truck and drove down to AlgaGen. We're in Vero Beach, Florida with AlgaGen. We're filming a little commercial for their awesome new program, the live feeds program. And AlgaGen was so nice to let me be a part of this. So, you know, stay tuned for it. And yeah, this is Eric right here learning his lines right here.
Customers, okay.
All right, what we got here is AlgaGen is not just growing microalgae, but we're growing the macroalgae too. This is AlgaGen. It's a great food for tangs. It's a great refugium algae. Just sucks up your nitrates and phosphates in a heartbeat. This is Ova. Everyone knows it as sea lettuce. I got a nice piece here. This is a great refugium algae as well. People can eat it. It's got a lot of great attributes for people. It doesn't taste all that good though.
Oh, so I could this would be a snack for when I go right home right now.
Oh, absolutely. Watch this. Ready? Just kidding.
So right now we are filming part of the AlgaGen videos, and these love bugs are they're loving us. They're everywhere right now. It's the season for them. But yeah, they are everywhere. So you're gonna be able to do your spiel with all this?
I just want to take
this rugged terrain.
I want to take any deep breaths because I'm going to inhale some. You know, that's what I worry about.
Protein. Now I'm not sure why, but it seemed that I was the main target for the love bugs. So we just got finished filming. I think we had fun, right?
Yeah, we did.
We had fun. We left AlgaGen. We came here to Reefers Direct. Really nice store. Thank you for bringing me. So we were finishing up the AlgaGen commercial. Ricardo was finishing up the last spot, so he's now the superstar, you know, of the video. And so we're gonna go and take a look around. We're gonna introduce you to the guys inside. All right. So then we now have Steve, who's the owner of this store, Reefers Direct. Now, we've been so busy. What town are we in right now? Where's your store located?
We're in St. Cloud, which is a little city right outside of Orlando, about 15 minutes from Orlando, 15, 20 minutes, on the outside of Kissimmee. area, and kind of little country area, but yet we're still close to Orlando.
This is where we were just filming. We were talking about AlgaGen's live feed program.
The best live food.
Yeah.
By the way, the best.
And this is coming from, and we didn't pay you to say that.
No, you didn't pay me. You did not
I
pay
didn't even
me.
know you were going to say that.
Listen, you're going to see the corals here in a second, and the reason the corals look the way they do is because of the live food. I mean, it's just as simple as it gets.
So now, I'm going to take the camera real quick, because I just want to show you my cameraman, who was filming a over here. And what was he? Why don't you walk us through what happened?
Your professional cameraman right over here has never seen a clown trigger before, I'm guessing. And this little guy is very, very friendly, as you can tell. He's trying to come up at me right now. So he was asking me if it bites, and I said, of course not.
See if I can put this clown trigger.
The lesson here, kids, when you're in fish stores, don't stick your hands in the fish tank.
Yeah, he does bite. It's like a pinch. It's like a mini piranha in there. I see that. Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Seriously, Steve, you stuck your hand in the tank again?
He got me again. He jumped out of the water.
All right, so we looked at the
clown trigger that bit your cameraman.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
Now, why don't you show us some cool
Yeah,
corals and fish?
Yeah. We're actually in the process of expanding. I'll elaborate that on a little bit. But these are our two systems. These are 800 gallons combined systems total. We have lots and lots of corals, akins, elegants, euphyllias. We have lots of rainbow chalices. I mean, all kinds of nice stuff.
That's a beauty right there.
Yeah, that's actually the Diablo chalice that I grew out. It's I've had it for about 3 years now, and it's grown out pretty big. It's a big boy. I'm going to be cutting it up here shortly.
I did a live show about a month or so ago where with 4 local fish stores from Miami, Chicago, and a few other places. And I was asking how local fish stores could evolve. And so I come here, I meet you today for the first time, and you are helping the local fish stores evolve. You are selling online.
I started online. You know, I worked at a timeshare place, and when in 08 when the economy tanked, I didn't know what to do, and I knew I loved the hobby, so I was like, oh, what the heck can I do? So I made an online site, and it did really well. And like I said, I had then opened up this for online only. I was putting out orders and so forth. And to be honest with you, my beliefs are a good product, quality service, and a great price, and the retail store would do great. We don't do corals online, we're dry goods, 90%. We're working on a new phase where it's going to be a whole coral corner of Reefers Direct online that's going to have all the corals and so forth.
Well, I definitely wanted to look at this piece.
Yeah, definitely. Right here. That's a 5-headed scully. To my knowledge, there hasn't been another one. The most heads I've seen on a scully is about 3. I've seen 4 one time. This has got 5 heads on it. I've had it for about a year and a half right now. I've taken it to MACNA. A lot of people have seen the piece. It's definitely a unique piece. Right now, it's actually under radions here, and it's a little white. We run this as a lagoon style tank. We don't use a lot of water flow. This is tied into the 800 gallons back here, but we don't have a lot of water flow. We usually keep LPS, soft corals, and so forth in this tank to kind of show people what that coral would look like in their tank if they brought it home. Is kind of the style we set up on this tank, but it's definitely a gorgeous piece for sure.
Okay, well, here's a little sneak peek of the AlgaGen video we filmed for the live feeds program. To see the whole video, you can click on the link in the description below.
For years we've been struggling with the concept of how to make live feeds readily available to the community. And after a lot of deliberation, what we have now is a live feeds program. Never before could aquarium stores offer one resource that fits the needs of breeders, advanced aquarists, as well as the newbies. With this in mind, the live feeds program is a no-brainer for the stores that are looking to gain new customers.
Alright, so when we were done with AlgaGen, we packed up the truck and drove all the way back to Atlanta. I got a little bit of rest, but it was short-lived as I had to hop on a flight to California for my first event of 2014, which is a frag swap for Diablo Corals. It was a great event, but let's jump to the end of the event where I talk with Jess, the owner of Diablo Corals, about the event. That was rough, huh?
Yeah, thank God we had a lot of help this morning because it really paid off having a really good crew, you know, here this morning to get everything set up, because if not, we would have been really busting our butt this morning to get this set up.
So when I came here, I really didn't know what to expect. You didn't tell me much. You got me on a plane. Thank you so much. But
yeah,
you got me here. I really didn't know what was going to be going on here.
It's a trip because, you know, depending on where you go, a frag swap's something different.
Yeah.
In the Bay Area, frag swap is more of like a fantasy football draft with corals. So it's pretty cool.
A lot of people showed up.
Yeah, we probably doubled our expectations from a normal year. So, you know, I don't know if it was because of what we were doing or if the store is building that much momentum, but either way, cannot express how happy we were to see the turnout that we got today.
Anything I won, I was going to donate to the Garden Hills Elementary School 3rd grade class,
which is a very cool, you know, gesture. This year, with as much as we got as far as donations from all of the companies, we were able to put together a really good raffle this year for the kids, and the overall you know, total for everything, it's going to be a nice donation for them this year. It's going to really help them out with all the projects they got coming up.
Now I have to tell you, if I would have won those kissels, it would have been really hard to give that away.
If I would have won the Kessel, I had a lot of tanks I could have put them on.
Now, because if I would have won it, what I probably would have done, in a way of giving it to them, is just let them come and see my tank.
What a gesture.
No, I would have gave it to them, but it would have been really tough.
Awesome.
So then, what was crazy was the raffle was awesome, but the frag swap, that is crazy.
All right, group one. You know,
what do you guys do it?
At one point, you know, we set up for the frag swap and we thought we were set. We had enough to do everything. At one point, we had to start stacking corals on top of corals because there was so many frags for the swap. It was crazy.
You had a lot of donations from a lot of great companies: AlgaGen, Kessel,
Continuum, Reef Angel. I mean, the list
Real
goes
Reef Rock.
on. Real Reef. We had Marine Land. We had local companies donate.
But I think I was cheated.
I think you were cheated.
I think I was cheated. I mean, okay, so first thing, I bought some tickets, like I said. Then, another guy, since he knew I was going to donate all my winnings, right, to the kids, he gave me some tickets.
And you still didn't win.
And I still didn't win.
We could blame that on the employees.
Okay, let's do that.
I blame it on my employees all the time.
Are you going to do another one next year? This is your 3rd one.
No. No, the turnout was too great. We outgrew the event. It's over, no more. No, you know, I think, you know, we may have to look at a different location or something like that, but overall, I mean, an amazing event, great turnout. Can't ask for more.
And I even got to chat with a few of the guys here. So we were just talking about how to get that spouse approval. You know, you've heard in so many videos of people talking about, you know, you have to get the spouse approval factor, but how do you get it?
Oh.
So,
real estate rule: location.
location, location.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Put your tank in the right location, and you will have a winner.
So don't go and put it in your den or your basement or
No,
your man cave.
office.
Yes.
Yeah,
don't
not even
put it in your
office.
man cave.
Office is
Yes.
not like
Yeah.
good. Put it in your living room or living room / family
Hallway.
room / kitchen.
Yeah.
So when your wife cooking,
So it's art. So it's an
with
art
her
piece.
friends,
Yeah.
so she can see it with her friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then let them talk about it. Let them pick a fish.
yeah.
I know it may be hard sometimes because
If you have a kids, let them name.
oh well,
Yes.
see, now I've made the mistake of letting my daughter name a fish before, and it didn't go well when the fish died. So we don't name fish anymore in my house.
Yes, but if you have like the old timer
Yeah.
over there in the tank, you have a bet. You can bet on this one. Here, he will survive for a little bit.
But I think definitely letting your wife pick the coral, pick the fish. Well, you can kind of guide them.
Yeah.
You know, towards, you know, okay, out of these two, you know, pick, you know, which one do you like best? And then,
Yes.
then when her friends come over, you say, and she picked it, you know?
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. And you know, some fishes you don't like, but they have personalities. Well, that's great too. You know, like the gobies and all this stuff. You know, like weird. They like it. They love it. Put the anemone over there. somewhere in the tank.
And just don't let her pick any damsels.
Yes, no damsel.
Let's just put it out there.
That's the
Don't let her
first thing
pick
these guys
any
were
fish.
talking about before I crashed the cool guys table. Is, you know, most of us probably seen it in a million videos too, on don't put damsels in your tank in the beginning.
You don't want to do it.
Because, and most of the time, you know, it's the stores sometimes that tell us, you know, get the damsel when you're cycling your tank, get the damsel. And then 6 months later when they're tearing up your fish, you're trying to get them out the tank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hard to catch.
That's almost guaranteed.
Yeah, they're the biggest
No,
bullies of the sea.
you still have a choice. You can have a tank with only damsels.
Yeah.
That's the option.
It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Because they even pick on each other.
Yeah,
They're not picking on.
You can get variety like yellow tail, blue one, you know, like whatever. They might survive sometime. No, they really. I have like 3 of them in my first tank for quite a while. Like probably a couple of months.
I have 2. Anybody wants to come catch them can have them for free. Just don't break none of my SPS.
Yeah, well, it was cool. Was a lot. I've seen a lot of people say, "Hey, you're the guy from Tank Wars," which was pretty cool. So,
and thank you guys for not giving me too many scientific questions because I still have jet lag. You know. To watch the full-length video showing the Diablo Corals frag swap, click here. And remember guys, go to raporlando.com to join me on April 26th and 27th at Reeferpalooza Orlando. I guess I'm gonna end things. Do you know my catchphrase?
your catchphrase, that's my catchphrase.
You made up that catchphrase?
I made it up, you stole it from me.
You don't know the catchphrase. How do I end my videos?
Aha, this is the ultimate hobby.
No, you don't say it like me.
Okay.
This is the ultimate hobby. This is the ultimate hobby. The ultimate hobby. Now, do you know my catchphrase that I say at the end of my videos?
Your catchphrase?
Yeah.
You stole that from me.
Okay, what is it then?
I don't know.
You don't know my catchphrase?